Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. Hope everybody's doing well. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin and ETH. This has been a difficult count for everyone, so I am going to try to make it as simple as possible to understand. And remember, this is not financial advice. This is just the way that I see the market. So we're going to start out on Bitcoin. And let's go on up to the daily and take a look here. If you haven't watched my prior videos, I believe that we have a third, a fourth, a fifth, and that this fifth is the top of a higher degree third. And that this correction we're getting here is one of two things. My bias is that it is a running flat, which means this is 4 of the higher degree. And we are soon to go up 4/5. Now, I believe that this is a B wave because of the way it measures. But it could also be a wave 1 of the 5th. So meaning this was the 4th. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1. And this is a wave 2. Either way, my bias is we are potentially moving to the upside. But I am leaning that this is a B, C, WXY, and that this is a higher degree 4th wave. Those of you that don't understand Elliott Wave, I know this is difficult, but the ones that do will understand this. But either way, either scenario, it's looking as if we are possibly completed this correction and are headed up. On the daily, we reset ourselves, we hit the band, and we also had bullish divergence. What needs to happen here is the daily needs to remain over the 50 line and continue up. We don't want to see it roll over here and dump back down under the 50 again. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, we are in bullish territory because we are above the 50. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence here, but I feel that that could easily get taken out by us moving up a little bit more here. Okay, let's talk about the correction we have here. In my prior videos, I talked about that this was a 3-wave, that I felt this was a 3-wave, and that the minimum requirement for us to hit would be the 618. That I was looking at the 618 first, and then if we didn't hold, the 1-to-1, and then these lower targets. That the more bullish correction would be to hold the 618 or hold the 1-to-1 to create a higher low. as it stands right now, we have hit the 618 and we have this bounce going on. Now this can be a complete three-wave move. And that would mean that this is a W, an X, and a Y. Now that we're down on the lower time frame, there are some that have the bias that this is a five-wave move. I don't see it that way, but if that is the case, then we're looking at this as being a wave 2, and the direction is still up to go on for our third wave. So regardless of whether it's a W and an X, Y, or this is a wave 1 and a wave 2, in either scenario, if this correction here is over, the direction is up. Let's go down to a lower time frame and go over what I think we have going on in this small bounce we have here. So it's very difficult on Bitcoin here. This correction is very difficult. But what I feel it is the ugliest looking diagonal I've ever seen. Well, no, I've seen uglier, but the third wave is not the shortest. It came to 5.37%, and the wave 1 came to 4.74. So wave 3 is not the shortest because that's a rule, so it qualifies. But because this is all three waves, three waves, three waves, three waves, that's the only thing I can make out of it, that it's a diagonal. And then this is a correction, which would give us a wave 2. And then what we have here is another 5-wave move. So basically, I think we have a 1, 2, and a 1, 2. When we get a 1, 2, 1, 2, the second wave 2 needs to find support on top of the first wave 1. And it has done that. So as long as we don't dump back down here, then we've got the 1, 2, 1, 2 scenario going on. What else could it be? Well, it measures as if we could have a 1, a 2. All of this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. But inside of here is very difficult, and it just doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look like a clean 5 waves in here. I don't see it. I can't make it happen. But that doesn't mean that it isn't there. So what do you need to watch out for? Well, absolute invalidation of the 1, 2, 1, 2 scenario is breaking 53,970. Because if this is a wave 1 here, and we're coming down for wave 2, we can't break the bottom. So if that happens, the 1-2-1-2 scenario is off the table. I know this can get a little bit confusing here, but you can always rewind it and watch it again. If this is a complete 5-wave move, then complete invalidation of that is the bottom. And we would be looking for some type of 3-wave pullback for our wave 2. So basically 1, 2. Breaks this bottom, it's invalidated. So that's the bullish scenario. What can be the bearish scenario? The bearish scenario is that we have the bearish scenario is that we have 3 waves. We have 3 waves, and we have a correction in between. So the bearish scenario is this is a W, an X, and a Y. And remember, we can always add on a Z. That would be the bearish scenario. To end the WXY, so invalidation for this is basically okay, so invalidation for this would be, I'm sorry, I had to think there for a second, would be getting, in my bias, would be getting up above this 1.618, and also we are already close to breaking this, or not actually, breaking this trend line. So if we get up here like this, we get past it, we keep going here, we find support on the top, back test it, I believe that this is going to become impulsive, and this was the end of the correction, and we're on our way. So that is Bitcoin in a nutshell. I know that was very difficult to understand. Rewind it and take a look at it again. Let's go on over to ETH. ETH has a little bit better wave count to it. So daily time frame. I feel this is the top of a third, and we're making a fourth, and we need to go up for a fifth. Let's go down to the 4-hour. So ETH had the same kind of scenario going on. where we were looking for this to hit the 618. Still has yet to do that. So that is the one difference between Bitcoin and ETH, that this did not hit the 618. So I'm going to try not to make this confusing for you, but this could possibly be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. I don't like it. It doesn't measure right. I see it more as an A, a B, and a C. But I can't stay one-sided in this. I have to keep the doors open that this is a possibility, and that us not hitting the 618 is because this is a 5-wave move. So what would it be if it was? Well, it would be a wave 1. This would be our wave 2. And we're on our way to going higher. That's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario is that this is a 3-wave move. This is a 3-wave move. And this is a connector. And we will get a move like this. It can even come deeper to the 1-to-1. So this would turn into a connector. I know you've heard me talk about connectors. So A, B, C like that. This turns into a connector, and we come down further. So let me show you what the invalidations are going to be. If this is the start of something, if this is a 5-wave move, and it is the start of something, we cannot break this bottom right here. If we break that, this being the start of something is invalidated and we're coming down. So ETH is difficult too. This beginning part right here. I think what we have it's just so choppy right in here. It could be a diagonal. Right in here. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, it is not measuring the way I would want it to measure, because a third wave needs to get to the 1.618. But it is what it is, and let's wait and see what it does here. Basically, that's what I'm going to do. So if this is a 5-wave move, what we're looking for is a 3-wave pullback, and then we go. Remember, we cannot break this bottom. So we still, unfortunately, have doors open for many different scenarios that could happen. But I hope that I have made this easy enough for you to know what the invalidations are and what to look for here. Remember, this correction can be over on both Bitcoin and ETH, and that we've started a 5-wave move, and we're looking for a pullback, and then we go. That could be the case. And again, on ETH, I don't think I talked about the bearish scenario, because there's always a bullish and there's always a bearish scenario. The bearish scenario would be that this is some type of A, B, C. And the C could even give us another leg up here. So be very careful, guys. If you're going to trade this, you know that breaking the bottom is the invalidation. And just don't, what do I want to say? Don't jump in with everything you have. Okay? Thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Thank you for all the wonderful comments that I've been getting. And if you watch this video to the end, say, there was no dogs barking today. Hope you have a wonderful day.